Gentlemen, let me ask you a question that most men think about but almost never say out loud. Have you ever wondered why, even when you're trying your best, your partner doesn't always reach the level of pleasure you hoped for? How many times have you felt like you were doing everything right, but something was still missing? You might be giving effort, you might be attentive, you might be passionate, yet you're missing one element that takes her from, that felt good, to, my entire body just melted. Today, I'm going to give you that element. And no, it's not a pill, it's not a toy, and it's not some difficult move that requires acrobatics. It's a simple science-backed principle rooted in female biology and human arousal patterns. Once you understand it, it elevates her pleasure, your connection, and the entire experience. I'm Dr. Nerita, a board-certified urologist with 12 years of experience helping men strengthen their confidence, performance, and intimate relationships. And today, I'm going to break this down in a way most men have never heard before. Before we start, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. I love seeing this community of men in their 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds, and beyond learning together. And of course, subscribe if you're ready to become the kind of man women talk about in the best way. Section 1. The big lie men believe. Most men grew up with one message about intimacy. If you go faster, harder, and longer, she'll be satisfied. Movies, adult content, and bragging culture all reinforce this idea. But biologically, emotionally, and neurologically, this is simply not how the female body works. Women do not build pleasure the same way men do. Where men tend to react quickly and directly, women respond in layers gradually through rhythm, presence, safety, anticipation, and emotional engagement. So the myth that intensity creates pleasure is one of the main reasons men struggle to help partners reach full satisfaction. If you rush her, you short-circuit her natural arousal cycle. But if you understand pacing, her biology does the rest of the work for you. This brings us to the core principle, the start-stop principle of arousal, not explicit. This refers to pacing, not technique. This principle teaches you how to guide her arousal upward in waves rather than in a straight line, creating a release that is far deeper, stronger, and more emotionally charged. This is the secret that turns good intimacy into unforgettable intimacy. Section 2, why this method works. Over the past 12 years, I've worked with thousands of men, some in their 30 seconds rediscovering confidence, some in their 60 seconds trying to reconnect after years of disconnect, some in their 70s entering new relationships. All of them ask the same thing. Why does she struggle to reach pleasure even when I'm trying? Once they understood pacing, and once they stopped rushing the early stages, everything changed. I'll tell you a story. Robert, age 64, sat in my office carrying years of frustration. He told me, I try, doctor, I really do, but she gets bored before she gets close. Within 2 months of adjusting his pace, not his technique, he came back with a completely different energy. His wife told him it was the best intimacy they'd shared in decades. So trust me when I say, this isn't theory, it's not guesswork, it's neuroscience and physiology working together. Section 3, the 3-part framework. To keep this medically safe and appropriate, I will explain the principles without graphic detail. You will still receive the full meaning, full usefulness, and full transformation. Part 1. Create comfort and stability. Intimacy cannot flourish where discomfort exists. If your body is strained, if she feels awkwardly positioned, if your breathing becomes difficult, or if either of you feels rushed, the entire experience shortens instead of deepening. Comfort does 3 things. It allows the body to relax. It increases sensitivity naturally. It sets the foundation for sustained arousal. This is not optional, it's essential. When both partners feel physically supported, the emotional and physical connection grows exponentially faster. Part 2, build arousal slowly, the layering effect. Here is where most men intentionally sabotage the experience. Men tend to jump quickly to the most sensitive areas. Women, on the other hand, become aroused in layers, emotional engagement, warm-up touch, light stimulation, building rhythm, sustained consistency, anticipation, then climax. Skipping the early layers is like trying to start a race already at full speed. It doesn't work. The female nervous system responds best to gradual heat, not immediate intensity. If you build these layers intentionally, her body naturally amplifies the sensation. Slow build-up equal to stronger results. Rushing equal to numbness or overwhelm. Part 3, the pacing principle. This is the heart of female pleasure. Pacing. Here's what the pacing principle does. increases blood flow, heightens nerve sensitivity, strengthens muscle engagement, amplifies emotional connection, builds neurological anticipation, and ultimately creates a far stronger release. You guide her upward, allow a gentle pause for her body to settle, then guide again. Each wave becomes stronger. Each cycle brings her closer. Each pause increases the eventual peak. This is the biological foundation of the most intense female orgasms. And men who learn this principle don't just give their partners pleasure, they give them confidence, trust, and emotional closeness. Section 4. Putting IT all together. Here's your non-explicit action plan. Establish comfort. Position yourself so neither of you strains. Relax, breathe, take your time. Build gradually. Women's bodies open and respond through gradual pacing. Anticipation and rhythm matter. Use pacing waves. Guide her toward arousal, ease off gently, then rebuild. This amplifies her response naturally. Pay attention. Her breathing, her body tension, her sounds. These tell you exactly how close she is. Stay emotionally connected. Pleasure is not mechanical. It is deeply emotional, psychological, and relational. When she feels seen, safe, and valued, her body responds dramatically more easily. Section 5, age does not limit pleasure. Let me address something important. Some of you may be thinking, I don't have the stamina I used to. I'm too old to keep up. I don't think I can satisfy her like when I was younger. Let me be absolutely clear. Women often say men over 50 or 60 make the best lovers. Why? Because older men are patient, are attentive, don't rush, understa. ND pacing, value, connection over performance. Pleasure is not about youth. Pleasure is about intention. Final message, gentlemen, you don't need new tricks. You don't need to be 25 again. You don't need superhuman stamina. What you need is awareness, pacing, patience, and connection. When you understand her biology, when you honor her rhythm, when you build anticipation rather than rushing, you become unforgettable. If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Start, stop. So I know you're ready to elevate your intimacy to a new level, and tell me, what's one thing you wish you had learned about women 20 years ago? I'm Dr. Nerita. Take care of your health, your confidence, and your relationships. You deserve nothing less.